so if you have, so first of all, this doesn't look like a quadratic because you don't see x squared anywhere. You know, so you know it's a quadratic if you've got x squared. But if you notice here, you've got, hold on a second. Yeah, if you notice here, you've got x minus p times these parentheses like that mean they're being multiplied. So you're multiplying, you know, like you've got this is a factor, this is a factor, and they both have an x in there. So once you multiply those together, you're going to have x squared. So you know that's a quadratic. So this is like back when you factored something. So back in previous lessons, you might have had, say, y equals, and this is just a little review from last week, x squared minus 5x plus 6. Okay. So just a little bit of practice here, factoring that. Okay. So let's go back and see about remembering how to factor. So, and I will go through it with you. So first of all, if we're trying to solve something like this, this is what we did before, was we factored it and we said we're going to set y equal to 0. And that's because when you're looking at the coordinate plane, everywhere along the x-axis, y equals 0. So everywhere, and that means that the equation of the x-axis is y equals 0. So everywhere along there, y equals 0. So let's factor this guy. And we're going to use our puzzle tray because there's no number in front of x squared. If you don't see a number there, you know automatically that there's a 1. We're going to factor it. We're going to use our puzzle tray. We're going to put our easy pieces in our puzzle tray. And then that's a minus. So we're going to put that minus right there. And then negative times positive is negative. So we're going to put a minus right there. Then we'll factor 6. We got 1. We're going to exhaust the possibilities. So we're going to start with 1. 1 times 6. And then the next number consecutively is 2. So, and 2 goes into 6 because it's even. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. So 2 times 3. The next consecutive number is 3. But guess what? We already used 3. So we're not going to do it again. So we have 2 choices. And we're going to look at that 5. And then this is a positive 6. So this is why I usually write plus right there. That's a positive 6 plus 6. So that means that our factor pair has to add up to be 5. So 2 plus 3 equals 5. If we add those together, we get 5. So that's our winner. And we're always going to put the big one first, because sometimes we have opposite signs and we want to do that to make sure we get it right. Okay, so when we do that, now that's going to give us our x-intercepts. So when we're solving for x, and there are lots of things that they'll say. They'll say solve for x, find the x-intercepts, find the zeros. When they say find the zeros, they're meaning find out where y equals 0. Lots of things that they call this. But what we do is we know that if we've got 2 numbers added, or I'm sorry, multiplied together, and the product is 0, then that tells us that we're going to use the zero product property, VPP. And that means we're going to go x minus 3 equals 0, and x minus 2 equals 0. If we solve both of those, we get x equals 3 for that one. And then for this one, we get x equals 2. And so this gives us a parabola, because all quadratics are parabolas. this gives us a parabola that crosses the x-axis at 3. Get some little things going here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it crosses the x-axis at 3, and it crosses the x-axis at 2. And then it's a positive, it's a positive out front, so we know it's a happy guy. So that's going to be our parabola. But anyway, the point is that whatever those numbers are, those are our intercepts. Those are our x-intercepts. So we could go back now and let's just make that a generic. So we're going to say, okay, well, I don't know what they called it, P and Q or maybe or something. But so we'll call this P and this Q. Okay, so X minus P, if we go down here and we solve that, we get X equals P. Well, I guess I should erase. So let me erase all that. So after the zero product property, all the way through there, we get X equals P and X equals Q. And so that means that P and Q are our x-intercepts. So we would call those x-intercepts. We might call them zeros. We might call them solutions. I don't know if there's an E in there. But all of those things are what P and Q are. Okay, so let's go back and look at that question. Not that one. That one. I'll go back. There we go. Okay, so if we look at that first one, complete the sentence. The values of P and Q, I remembered it was P and Q, yay, are, now, which one would it be? The coordinates of the vertex, the y-intercepts, or the x-intercepts, or the slope and y-intercept of the axis of symmetry?
The x.
Yeah, the x-intercepts. And the one that she sent me has the answer right there. So even if you printed it it would be like, oh sorry. Okay.